Anchored in Prague along the Vltava River, Lod Pivovar is one of the more interesting breweries we've ever visited, being inside of a boat on a river. It's a very unique place to have a beer, and an even more interesting place to brew it, as after all, the name does translate to brewery ship. And this ship has had quite the history, being originally built in 1962, and since then has served as a ferry, a restaurant, and even an entertainment ship. And then in 2015, it began its new life, being converted into a floating brewery, which finally opened just back in 2016. And the renovations that they made separated into three distinct and wonderful areas, with the lower level being more of a pub environment with windows just above the water level and a nice selections of books scattered about for you to enjoy with a pint. Then you have the main level, which is the restaurant, with more family-friendly accommodations and a delicious menu of food to try along with your beer. And finally, on the top deck is the terrace, open to the world with great panoramic views of the river and the park on the other side. It's a perfect place to enjoy a drink on a nice day. Now, as for their beer, they're all of course made on board and in one of the many tanks scattered on the interior of the vessel, and they range in styles from Pilsners to ales, IPAs, and even Irish stouts. It's quite the selection with a lot of variety, and you have to love the names. As being a brewery ship, they like to name their beers after ships from the country that style is from. For instance, the American APL is named the New Orleans, after the famous paddle steamer. And all this made it one of the highlights of our trip to Prague, and is someplace we could certainly see ourselves revisiting in the future. Between the good food, delicious variety of beers, and wonderful river views, you'd be hard-pressed to find something more interesting in the city. So if you want to know more, you can check out the links in the description of this video. And of course, if you have enjoyed this today, please do like and subscribe, and we hope to see you all on our next adventure.